Welcome to our 10-minute discussion about the written summary which begins your profile on LinkedIn or theheloproject.com. This is Bill Gregory, career counselor and coach, and author of Work Finding. Your written summary starts your profile and needs to be captivated to keep people reading. Most importantly, it's not a summary. A summary identifies themes, which are at least one step removed from specific reality, and can't be described with as much vividness or interest. A more descriptive name would be prioritized specifics. Suppose you're walking on a beach of pebbles. All those pebbles could stand for your life and work experiences, and you can scoop up the ones which are most important. You will prioritize and describe those which convey you at your best going forward. Rough or smooth, shiny or dull, round or rectangular. In creating what we will continue to call your profile summary, there will be a pattern which is an overall message. Here it is a heart that conveys an overall message of inspiration and loving purpose, just like your profile summary can do. This slide presents your number one requirement, which is to stand out. And here are two techniques. First, be enthusiastic about an interest. Project manager with strong interest in improving teamwork. Second, show the bigger picture of what you are, who you are, to be noticed by a greater range of employers. Turn "I'm a business analyst" into "I design efficient business systems." Will these techniques attract more attention to your current summary? You need to do more than stand out. You need to be selected, which is requirement number 2. There are lots of options for increasing your selection rate, which we'll discuss shortly. Here are 2. First, balance your hard skills and soft skills. Many people can claim greatness with the technology, but the real win comes when it's combined with soft skills, and the combination will convey your uniqueness. I bring an interest in others' ideas to increase software development successes. Second, build credibility with specific accomplishments. Probe clients' unexpressed needs to resolve a dispute about price. Your career is a journey, and you're at a crossroads. People who have benefited from their career transition experience did so because they made some good decisions when at the crossroads. The first step is to check out where you're coming from so that you'll be more effective going forward. Your profile will be as good as your self-knowledge, so think back. What have you done? What were your accomplishments? What competencies were you using to create them? And then identify where you want to go. We are going to discuss 3 approaches to writing a profile summary. Number 1 is activities-based, which is what you have done. Number 2, accomplishment emphasis, what you have done best. And 3, passion and purpose, what you want to do in your inspiring future. Try each one and select the one that's best for you. This slide shows the advantages and disadvantages of the activities-based approach. First, it uses language of the job, which is an advantage. And second, you might have an impressive activity that conveys something special about you, such as head of the organizational renewal project. Disadvantages are, creates an overall impression versus having a specific skill, and it uses generic words others will use. Will a profile summary like this carry the day for you? I worked at a major bank for 10 years as a training and development manager. My responsibilities included consulting with managers, developing training strategy, overseeing course development, and identifying outside vendors. Previously, I worked as a teller with an added opportunity for improving efficiency of operations. As an outside salesperson for a sporting goods company, I initiated contacts with schools. I want to contribute to the success of a dynamic company. These are impressive activities, and they might get you called. But is the profile summary upbeat? Notice that the last sentence talks about your desire to contribute. Many people say they want to work for a leading company, and this sounds self-serving. Your recruiting and hiring process is not about how you will benefit. It's about how you will contribute. This slide talks about the advantages and disadvantages of emphasizing your accomplishments. They might be your thinking and contributing on your own, or working with another person or a group. Advantages: your specific skills are more visible. Recruiters are looking for specifics. And actions and results refer to a story, and stories are memorable. Disadvantages: you may not feel comfortable presenting subjective results, and you may not have quantitative, objective results. And the reader may assume that these are all of your accomplishments. Everyone has accomplishments, and putting them into the profile summary adds something important for most people. Most simply stated, an accomplishment is described with a series of verb phrases and a result. They are an example which proves your competence. Notice the more comprehensive current job title in this example. You do have some flexibility regarding your past job titles because this is not a formal job application. Notice all the verb phrases and results, and that being descriptive and specific with brain research adds to interest and credibility. And the adjectives and adverbs show how you do things in an above-average way. Here's the example. As a Chief Learning Officer for 10 years, I interviewed and listened to bank department managers to bring out their training needs. Referring to brain research, I motivated a staff of 3 to design popular and effective workshops. In special situations, I researched to identify the best outside vendor. Bank customer satisfaction via surveys improved as a result of my decisions. In previous positions, I made suggestions about procedures which improved productivity and incorporated interesting colored and mascot designs into school sports uniforms as a salesperson. Passion is persuasive, but there are risks as well as rewards. The advantages are you show you care about finding your interests, and you'll work harder because of your motivations. And employers may see you motivating the other employees with your charisma. Disadvantages are you're risking being out of culture and maybe immature, and you narrow who will choose you by mentioning a specific goal. Check out whether this is an example of someone trying too hard. Do you think using this approach will help you? Next, notice that most techniques for an above-average profile summary are here. Words with impact, such as passion. Current forward-looking job title, lots of verbs, skill words, and results. And a commitment to what is most important to you. Here's the example. My passion is to oversee the design of programs which will maximize performance and productivity. As an organizational improvement chief, I interacted with department managers in a way that brought out training needs that were below the surface. I motivated our staff and led them to brain research and other information they needed to create popular workshops which had measured impact. When outside expertise was needed, my research, relationship building, and networking found people who matched our culture perfectly. I can bring this professional knowledge along with my managing, creativity, and researching skills to help your company optimize its activities and grow. In this, you offer what you see as a solution to some problems, which has some risk because problems are unique to an employer's situation. The reward is that your boldness might stand out in an interesting way. In this example, the person is specific about what they want to do at a relatively high level, and this can be expanded. This can expand appeal. There is a unity here of a person who wants to use his or her skills in interpersonal effectiveness, cultural competence, and imaginative leadership. Notice that there is a movement away from listing specific job titles. So here we have it, a formula for passion and purpose. Start by stating a passion for your bigger picture, plus a prioritized specific example which best supports this biggest picture. Add other prioritized skills in enough context so you aren't listing, plus your targeted purpose which portrays a more specific ideal next job position. This equals being selected, which will happen if you have faith and persistence. So, look at your current profile summary. Are you proclaiming or are you describing a time when you did something which proves your competence? Is there an implied story which is memorable? Using language of the senses brings a picture to mind. Being touched by a message is more sensing and impressive than hearing it. Take advantage of the power of specifics. just like you would describe a special pebble from a beach. And vary the sentence structure, take out repetition, and add ideas. Thank you for your attention. Please review the parts of the presentation which will help you. If needed, make some changes to your current profile summary. Also, feel free to contact me with any question at bill@workfinding.com.